It starts with a wizard. He's old and he's wise, and though he is small, there is strength in his size. The Goliath from the west, he's not smart, but he's strong. The Flagon Slayers, this is their song. Now the warlock, he's lost all the memories he had, 'cause to deal with a demon went seemingly bad. And the druid on his quest to save the shadow plane. When you hear tortured souls, you'll remember his name. They're the Flagon Slayers, and this is their song. They're the Flagon Slayers, the adventure goes on. The cleric, she heals in the light of the moon. She wants to find purpose, it'll come someday soon. Then the rogue draws his sword, metals clashing again. When it comes to a duel, he will always win. They're the Flagon Slayers, they drink and they fight. They're the Flagon Slayers, by day or by night. They're the Flagon Slayers, and this is their song. They're the Flagon Slayers, the adventure goes on.
How's it going, everybody?
Hey.
Oh, welcome back to the Flagon Slayers. In case you missed,
Last time.
what is it, 2 weeks ago at this
yeah,
point?
it's 2 weeks ago.
The party spread to the winds has learned some information. Zygon had a vision of twin daughters, one demonic, one angelic, holding some strange sword. The rest of the group, besides Animus, traveled to the Feywild and saw a bit of a performance, and then learned that Linares had slipped into some strange trance-like state, and had started riding all over the dressing room of Titania, where they learned of a potential plot to siphon all the arcane energy from this plane and the planes that connect to it into another. And then, of course, there was Animus, who, traveling through the Shadowfell after fighting fierce shadow creatures, arrived at the Raven Queen's castle, her stronghold, and received an audience with her. She wasted no time in showing Animus the truth behind potentially their greatest enemy. Animus's mind was transported into the past, the future, a different world entirely. No one truly knows. Do you like my Twilight Zone explanation
I like
here?
it.
Anyway, where he put on the guise of a young man named Marqueus, and ran into some familiar hostile faces, until eventually arriving at a large ceremony that was being conducted, at which 5 young men, only a few years older than Marqueus himself, were awarded gleaming swords with dragon heads at the guards. And that'll be where we begin tonight's session.
Oh, yay.
So, Animus, everyone's cheering around you. The crowd seems to be in a jovial mood. You hear music playing, some fireworks get shot off. There's children running through the streets dressed as different, what you assume are heroes of forgotten ages long ago. but your focus kind of drifts, and you see 3 people. One of them is one of the soldiers, or whatever they are, priests even, perhaps. And the other 2 are a older human couple, probably in their, judging by the lines on their faces, probably in their mid to late 50s. You see the young man who has what looks like the sword. He has the sword at his side, and you see emblazoned on it is the white dragon's head. He has kind of a little bit of a scruffy beard, not fully grown out, it looks like he shaved it maybe a few days ago and it started to grow back.
So this is the
shaved
younger guy?
He's probably, if
the
Marqueus,
guy?
this is the younger guy.
Okay.
So if Marqueus is around 17 here. So this guy is probably 22, 23 maybe.
20s, and he's human?
Yes, he's human. He's human as well.
Okay.
You feel your body beginning to walk and then lightly jog over to this group. And as you get closer, you start to make out more of the features of this young man. You see the sides of his head are shaved short, and then in the back there's a small ponytail. And you can see his hair is jet black, but there's a few streaks of white that kind of go through it. As you get closer, the 2 of you lock eyes, and he smiles at you. You recognize this person.
Animus?
Her features... Animus recognizes this person, as does Marqueus.
Okay.
You get a feeling of recognition, and then you yourself also feel this recognition. His face is younger, less weathered. You notice that he's missing a scar or 2 that you know him to have. He's also seems to be walking fine, even though you know him to walk with a cane. This is Mathis.
No shit.
Only about 30 years younger.
This motherfucker. I swear to God, if he didn't lose his stupid memories through the transition between the 2 fucking planes, I'm gonna kill him. It's gonna happen. He's gonna die.
So the 2 of you lock eyes, and he smiles at you. He says, "Hello, brother. How are you?" And he holds out his hand to shake yours.
Bitch.
You see he's clad in golden armor with a strange symbol that you've never seen before emblazoned on his chest, carved into the chest plate. You also see through the armor this faint pulse that courses through it, almost like a heartbeat, and blood being projected through, only it's blue. There's this blue energy kind of flowing through the armor. The 2 of you shake hands, and he's standing probably about a head taller than you. He looks down. I was just telling Mother and Father that we were scheduled to ship out tomorrow. I was wondering if the 4 of us could maybe go have a nice family meal before I leave.
Of course, I think that's a great idea, brother.
See, he's always ready. And then you turn and you see closer up on this older man, big bushy mustache, kind of balding on top, hair thinning on the sides. It looks like a man who wishes he still had a full head of hair and is allowing the rest of it to cling on until it inevitably is gone. Um, he turns to you and he says, "Well, since it's Mathis' last day in the city for a while, how about he picks?" And then the woman standing next to him, who you assume is your mother, she says, "I think that would be a lovely idea." And then Mathis,
What does my mother look like?
kind of like a, she's got kind of her hair is up in a bun and kind of swoops to one side, like that sort of thing. The hair is blonde, but it's starting to kind of fade a little. Um, she's uh, she's I mean, a typical older woman. Yeah,
Sounds
there's
good.
nothing
Yeah,
super interesting
just a
about either of the
early
parents.
50s blonde to gray.
Actually,
No.
make an insight check.
Inside check. It's a 9.
A 9.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Damn it.
Mathis he thinks for a moment, and then you see this wide kind of wry grin come across his face, and then your vision fades from around you. Everything goes black for a second, and then almost like a video game loading in, a new area comes in around you, and you can see you see these you're sitting in a booth, and above you is this strange trapeze act with fire and lightning shooting everywhere and smoke machines kind of billowing through. As you can see that this is some sort of kind of like a medieval times sort of restaurant where there's a show and there's servers that come by and they give you a whole chicken and that sort of atmosphere. And you can see that Mathis has what looks like a paper crown on his head, as he has been elected the king for tonight's festivities, since he is being shipped off to somewhere uh, later on in the day, or later on tomorrow. But everything's very fun and there's merriment, and you get this feeling that there's some sort of presence around you. There's loud music, there's people cheering, there's death-defying stunts above you, but you can't shake the feeling that there's something almost like watching you over your shoulder.
Interesting. Does it feel kind of like how I felt a little bit when we were at the ceremony and that something whispered in my ear?
Yes.
Okay.
But as you go through the festivities and everything, you just have this sense of dread. It's not you either. It's Marqueus. He somehow, it feels like he knows something, and you can kind of sense that. So what I will let you do is you can either roll a perception or an insight check.
Perception.
Okay.
Oof. My insight checks have sucked. 29.
29. So you kind of come out of Marqueus for a second, and you begin to kind of see what's around you. You notice that there is immense magical energy flowing through this entire city. It's some of the most abundant magical energy that you have ever felt. But as your perception kind of zooms out more and more, as you go out of Marqueus and out of the situation that you're in, and you go into the city. You see it flowing from building to building, almost like electricity. And then your vision comes out even further, and you see that there is no magical energy outside of the city. It's like when you see the pictures of Earth at night from space, where there's no light. There's a big cluster, and then there's nothing. And then as your perception goes out even further, you see that there are these little dots throughout the area, throughout the continent, that have this large concentration of magical energy, but nowhere else does. Your vision then goes hazy again. You don't quite know where you are. Then you come back into consciousness. And as you do, you begin falling down what you assume is a cave. You hear the faint dripping of the water. You see the rock zooming past you. You land in a pool of water. And as you come up, you see your hands. They're older. Probably 10 years older. The lines and the creases have begun to thicken as two of your hands and their calluses. You see by your side the familiar sword that Mathis was carrying. But you see your reflection in the water. You're Marqueus. Only now, you have an eye patch over your right eye. You see a small notch has been taken out of your left ear. A large scar runs from the top of your hairline, down your eye, past your cheek, down to your chin. You hear 3 more splashes as the 3 familiar companions, you enemies, Marqueus friends, they land, more battle-hardened than when you last saw them.
The 3 girls, the 3 women.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You see Quindella, her hair has begun to kind of fall out. Herdane is quieter, almost stoic. It's different now. Things feel darker. But you swim to the edge of this cave, eventually making it to the shore as the other 3 do as well. And in front of you is a large door that depicts what looks like a demon of some sort encasing a world between its hands. As you get closer, you begin to hear whispers of something. Open the door. I will bring them.
You cut out a little.
They will all be returned to you. Begins to echo through the cave. It wasn't your fault. Your brother made his choice. Echoing off the wall. What are you gonna do?
What is there a feeling that I have that Mathis would have, or that Marqueus would have done? Most likely opening said door that is in front of me that depicts a demon.
More like, what do you want to try and see? Because this is more of like a guided tour than it is you in control.
Okay. I want to see what the girl, if they like the women have anything on them. Like, do they have any of the other swords?
They don't.
Okay, so I have the only sword right now. It's the white dragon.
You have the white dragon sword, yeah. You do see that um uh Herden has a giant battle axe across her back. Quindella, you see, isn't really carrying any weapons, but you do see that her skin is kind of pockmarked, and her hair is falling out. I mean, it's not. She does not look healthy.
Okay.
Um, you then also see Clarcina. She has a large kite shield on one arm, and on it you can see what looks like a multi-headed figure that's kind of swirling in a sphere. You don't recognize um, this deity's symbol.
Okay. What was the last thing you said
Um,
about Mathis? Like you said one more thing in that sentence that I was whispered.
that Mathis made his choice.
Ah. Okay. I guess maybe I want to kind of look more around the around where the door is on this like chamber and kind of see if
So
there's
you
any
begin
other
looking
symbols.
around as you feel Marquez move forward. Make a religion check.
It's like the beginning of Skyrim when you don't have an option to like move at all. You're just
Yeah,
kinda
there's
moving
nothing to
with
do.
the
You're just
character.
on the cart.
His
All 5 of you are on the cart.
Okay, what am I doing? Religion check.
Mm-hmm.
Da da da. 13.
Sorry about that. So, as you're moving closer, you see that the door is the end of what looks like a mosaic that stretches out in both directions. And you see what looks like a struggle between good and evil, angels, demons, gods, betrayers, all fighting each other. Until eventually it ends with this one demonic figure clasping the world between their hands. You also see in front of the door is what looks like an altar. And you can see that this altar is seemingly ageless. But as you get closer and you see Marquez runs his fingers along the altar, you can see dried blood cakes the altar itself. And then your vision blacks out.
No.
And then it reappears, and you feel the warmth of blood on your hands as a knife goes through Burden. Then vision fades again. Clarcina also has a knife jutting out from her stomach as blood drips off of you. And then finally your vision one last time. Quindella doesn't have a look of fear or anger, almost of peace. Your vision fades once more. The 3 of them, their bodies laying on the altar. As blood begins to flow. The door begins to slide open. Ancient stone grinding against ancient stone. Daisy, you're ruining my monologue. But as it opens, this smoke, this blackness begins to pour out of it. As you can see, something begins to float through. And then you see 2 glowing gold eyes kind of sitting in the middle of this smoke. You then hear the voice say, "The end is nigh. We must prepare." And then your vision goes away once more. You reawaken, floating in a pool of blood, but you can see your own hands. You see feathers once more. You look through your eyes. The vision has seemed to pass. You kind of right yourself and stand in this pool, and then you can see the porcelain mask of the Raven Queen looming over you. I wish I could show you more, but beyond this point, it is even beyond my vision.
But, how did they get here if they were in a different existence, in a different...
I know not what magics they used, but I know that they are a threat.
Did it have something to do with, I would assume, that demonic creature? Is in that moment were they transported, or did the demonic creature just give them powers and eventually they transported at a different time?
Perhaps. As I said, little is known. You must speak to the usurpers to learn more.
I have one more question. Is there any altars or ruins that may match this place in the known realms or the planes or anywhere in our current existence? Or was one created, maybe?
There's silence for what appears to be minutes. The Raven Queen seems to compress, and she goes from this godlike form of seemingly endlessness. She condenses down, and you see the figure of a woman, a black robe, mask still present. She gets closer to you, and the mask looks down at you. Animus. Some things are even beyond the gods. I'm afraid that you must discover this on your own. And then you see she disappears as raven feathers begin to fall as they sink down into the pool of blood.
Fuck. Well, what should I even do now, though? I don't even know. I don't know if I should go back, if I should leave Annie somewhere. I can't leave her here. Fuck.
The doors to the chamber slide open.
I'll walk out.
Okay. You go out. You see Annie with one of the attendants of the Raven Queen.
Am I covered in blood, or is that like kind of just...
You are not covered in blood, no.
Okay.
It's more of a conduit
Yeah.
to which the Raven Queen can communicate.
Okay, yeah. That's what I thought.
As you get closer, you see this attendant come over, and he offers you a small pouch. This should allow you to return to your friends.
I mean, should I do that, though? I don't know if it's safe for us or them if we are all together in one place again.
The Raven Queen believes that we must all unite in order to face a threat such as this.
Okay.
I would suggest finding your friends. Animus, there is nowhere safe as long as this threat is present.
And the Shader Kai, would they help fight in a battle, or...
We have our own battles which we must fight.
Of course. Well,
We can assist you while you are here, but nowhere else.
I can't imagine I won't be coming back to this place, considering the past being brought back up as it is. So I will call on you and the Raven Queen for help when I return to this realm.
We will be here.
I appreciate everything you've done for us, and I appreciate the Raven Queen for giving me another chance under her.
Show her your devotion by fixing the issue at hand.
And then I'll grab Annie's hand and I'll start walking.
Alright. So as you go,
What is this
Annie's
pouch?
calmed down.
Like what
So it has the components and the ability for you to be able to travel planes. It also is basically preset to get you to where your friends are.
Okay, so even though I
Because
cannot
God
cast,
magic.
even though I don't have the spell.
This is a one-way trip.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, yep.
You see Annie's calmed down. She's not screaming anymore. But she's quiet.
Annie, are you okay?
I think so. Oh, I just got that joke. I know why Abby was smiling. You said, Annie, are you okay?
Are you okay, Annie?
Yeah. Has she been hit by a smooth criminal?
Ah, damn it.
Oh, man. Oh, that's so
And it
good.
was such a straight face too.
Yeah, because he didn't know.
I think that's what made it so much funnier.
Full on over the head.
God, I made a pun without knowing I was making it.
But, she says, they're just gonna keep coming, aren't they?
I'm afraid so. It's gonna be up to, I guess, us and my friends and whoever else is able to help us to even be able to make things a little right in this situation. I'm not even sure we can fix everything completely.
Yeah. She keeps walking.
But, Annie, I'm gonna make sure you make it out of this.
Okay. She kind of smiles a little bit.
Once I get once we kind of get up to a more open place, like away from, I know it's just a long hallway, but like, Are you ready, Annie? It's time to go back.
She nods.
All right. I'm gonna open the pouch, and then I would assume I
As
have
you
to
open
take
it,
the stuff out.
You see the components begin to swirl out of the pouch
Never mind.
as they begin to assemble this archway, and then a portal opens up. The rest of you, except for Zygon, you see this portal open up along the wall of Titania's dressing room. You can see the Shadowfell beyond it as Animus and Annie walk through, and the portal closes behind them.
Hello.
Is this an awkward scene? Like, I remember last time when I was listening to this scene, I would much rather be in the Shadowfell than this dressing room right now.
Calm down.
Okay.
Things have calmed down for the most part.
Wow, this really did take us straight to you guys.
Yes, yes. Meet my wife. Meet Animus.
Veneris?
Oh, see, I talk about you all the time.
Why are you guys always doing this when I have food in my mouth? It's a pleasure to meet you.
And you, sorry, there's a lot going on right now. How long has it been for you guys? Because it seems like we're not on the material plane.
I'm sorry, Animus. We lost 5 years ago.
Antu, make a deception check. Animus, make an insight check.
Mine's a 12.
I got a 1.
Do with that what you will, gentlemen.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. We were too late, Annie. With the 1, I'm assuming she knows that that's a lie as well.
Annie just full on deadpans you, like,
Well, I guess there's no hope and we should just go back to Shadowfell. Well, see you guys.
No, Animus, hold on. I was joking. I wasn't being serious.
Well, obviously, you'd all be dead. I wouldn't expect that you would have lived through the... whatever, the second clam... Is that what it is? Second calamity?
possibly.
Whatever it's going to be.
Potential second calamity.
Potential.
Annie slips away from you and she runs over to Meryl and the two hug, tears forming in their eyes as it seems as though they've become quite close friends.
Is Rupert here?
No, he is not. Not that you can see, anyway.
Can I tell if he's here?
Make a perception check.
Okay. I don't know why there was a hammer in my dice box.
It's when the dice get out of line. You gotta
Yeah.
threaten them.
Out of all the random things that could be in your dice box, that you
Hammer.
wouldn't move ahead of time.
I also have cilantro seeds and a lighter.
I'm growing some cilantro. Good stuff.
I was, and then I killed it.
I have the genetic thing that makes cilantro taste bad.
Oh, that
Too.
sucks for
Tastes
you.
like soap.
Yeah, it's
Sucks for you.
disgusting.
I love
Everybody
it.
loves it.
Try some
I'm missing out.
coriander.
It's really hard to enjoy authentic Mexican food and authentic Vietnamese food.
That is unfortunate.
Sorry, that took me a second. What was it? Perception.
Perception check, yeah.
24.
24. So you've become accustomed to the slight chill that enters the air when Rupert is around, and how the light in the room kind of fades slightly. He's not here.
I'll look at Animus and be like, "Where's Rupert?"
I was about to ask you the same thing. He left the Shadowfell to find you, and I gave him my stone. Time-wise, I'm not sure how that works out, because, you know, Shadowfell to Material Plane to Feywild, that is just not something any of us could fully understand, but I would assume probably back in the Material Plane looking for us. Or you.
Is he okay?
Yeah, you know, I could tell how much he was in this to, protect you, and seemed like he was definitely here to help, so I was able to regenerate him with a little bit of help from the Raven Queen, and we got to a safe place before he, portaled himself back to, once again, I would believe, the Material Plane. So that's probably where he is. Where's Zygon?
Alright.
Also.
That's a good question.
Man, we really split up, didn't we?
I did go. Targaryen.
He is still unconscious.
I was going to ask him because apparently there's like a bond between, fathers and their children.
His children are there with you guys.
Oh, hello, kids. I didn't realize you were right here. Sorry, my age gets the best of me sometimes. Where's
knew it.
I gone?
So Zygon. Because this is a good transition. So Zygon, you're eating breakfast with your lovely wife. As you hear this sort of popping noise, and the stone that is in your pocket begins to react
Oh no.
as the air gets colder, the light dims ever so slightly as Rupert stands in front of you. I do not know how this works.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I gave that stone to Targaryen.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Okay.
Isn't that
All
weird?
right. That is strange. Okay. Hello, Rupert.
I was under the impression that these were all linked together. Am I
I was
wrong?
too. I was too. It's really more of a Animus Anzu question here.
So that popping that you heard, it's still going.
Oh
And then
no.
eventually you hear as the stone that was in your pocket that linked you to your family shatters into dust.
No.
Well, Rupert, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Pleasure to see you
I'm gonna
as well.
start dumping out the dust out of my pocket.
You really should clean out your pockets more.
Yeah. Usually it's not an issue. But that's very astute, a very astute observation there.
Uh,
Can I get you some breakfast?
no, I'm afraid it wouldn't sit well with me. Do you know where Thea is? Is she with you?
It's a bit of a blur. I was impaled and all, saving children and the world, but
I was also impaled and burned to a crisp. It was quite fun.
that's not a competition, Rupert.
I was trying to relate. I don't, yeah. We don't really talk a lot, do we?
No, I can't say we've really spoken much.
I'm starting to see why.
Yeah, mutual.
Mm.
I
Do you
don't know where
perhaps,
he is.
well,
Not here.
as much as it pains me to ask you to leave all this lovely, um, place behind you, I believe they need our assistance.
Probably right.
I
Probably
mean,
right.
what are they going to do without their fearless captain?
This is true. Or they're burnt to a crisp sidekick.
Yes, I appreciate the title.
Official.
Well, perhaps, and you see him pull out this book, which he then consults. Let me look at this spell.
Can he read?
He can read. I don't know if that's. Yes. Shut up. Let's see here.
I was told he was a himbo. I don't know.
He's only ever been a himbo.
Okay. So you see him materialize this silver hand mirror. And you see him begin to cast magic using this mirror. Well, she is not on the material plane. Do you know anywhere where they might have gone in desperation?
Well, the last time Anzu was desperate, he went to the Feywild with his kind of dead wife's body. I went with him. We kind of had to store her somewhere. There was a play.
Do you know where that is?
They didn't really like me there.
I cannot imagine why.
Not that would really narrow it down. A lot of places aren't really big fan.
I understand. As a warlock and a vampire, I understand not being wanted.
Yeah. Titania rings a bell.
And you see he begins flipping through his book. Well, this is either going to be great or terrible. Do you vaguely remember what the place looked like?
Oh yes, there's a performance and the stage and
Okay, I
all
don't need a
sorts of
full
decorations.
summary, but yes, I understand that you know. Um,
Okay.
yeah, just give me a few minutes. You see him go over to a table, and you see him materialize this strange ink that kind of flows. It comes out of the inkwell as you see him pull a quill through it and begin frantically writing, just seemingly in the air. And then after about 3 or 4 minutes, the ink ignites and burns into this piece of parchment, and he brings it over to you. All right, this should get us to where we need to go. I just need you to sign here.
Uh, been there before.
Zygon, I was being coerced and under a lot of pressure when I last had you sign any contracts. This is a very simple one. I am merely transferring a portion of my power that is granted to me by my patron to you temporarily so that you can use teleportation magics to get us where they are in the Feywild.
Oh, it
And
seems straightforward.
all it does is shave 5 years off your life.
Like which
I'm,
5 years?
I'm
It
kidding.
the
I'm
last
kidding.
5?
No, all I need from you is a vial of your blood.
Well, it just so happened. I'm just kidding. I'm not a vampire. I don't carry vials of blood around.
Well, funny you should mention that. I carry empty vials, and he pulls one out. You see, okay, so this will just be a slight pinch on the hand, just straight down, and then you just drip it into there.
Can I read the contract?
Yeah, go ahead. Make a let's see, make an investigation check.
Do I get advantage because I can read all languages?
Even legalese. I'll allow advantage on this. That's fun.
D&D legal.
Oof. Okay, thank God. It was a dirty 20. The other one
Law,
was a natural one.
law and order and dragon.
Nice.
Bum bum.
Bum, bum. As Rupert said, this contract grants you the ability to use the teleportation magics that you
While
would
I'm
need.
reading this, can I flip my eye patch up?
Yeah. Flip it up. Been scanning it. Will you ever tire of that joke where you... No?
Not really. I mean, I'm really committed at this point.
You really are a father. We can begin reading through it. There's no binding, there's no like, you owe me your soul sort of thing. It's nothing. The reason that you need the vial is because it needs some sort of sacrifice to allow for it to be transferred. So yeah, it's nothing that will harm you in the future.
This all checks out. All right, I'll agree to do it, but I want to say goodbye to the family first. I probably shouldn't just disappear on them again.
Of course, I completely understand saying bye to loved ones. But Zygon, be aware this might be the last time you get to do so.
It's always the last time.
Good man. So, Rebecca is already training in the morning. But the girls, or I guess the dragon and your daughter, are just kind of studying out in the yard as Rebecca's running them through sword fighting drills. You see a few of her recruits towards the back have started to pass out. Some of them are leaning up against their swords, trying not to succumb to the intense training. She shouts, "Do it again!" And they go through the motions again, and she keeps going and going and going.
I'd like to walk up and be like, actually, I thought that was pretty good.
You're pretty good is my subpar, Zygon. You know that.
That's true. This is why you're a teacher.
No, the reason I'm a teacher is because they wanted to put me here because they thought I couldn't handle being on the front line because of traumatic stress. Whatever.
Yeah.
Who's your friend?
Oh, that's Rupert. He's I'll be honest, I'm not super well acquainted with the man, but
He's very dark and mysterious.
I know. I thought I was the only one, but he's got this whole thing going on.
I guess that's just warlocks.
Could be. But I have some terrible news. I must leave and save the world as per usual.
Oh, my gallant hero saving the world.
You know you love it.
I can't say it's not attractive. Zygon, I think you should just leave without telling the girls.
Really.
Yes, it's easier for me to. They'll most likely get sad or want to go with you, and it's easier for me to just say that, oh, Dad had to go save the world
Yeah.
again.
Fair enough. I suppose you're right. Suppose you're right. Why put that much pressure on their young minds when they should be training?
Well, studying, different from training. This is training, and then you see like all of them now that she's talking to you have stopped, and they're all just like sweat pouring down their bodies as they're in full armor. You see a few of them are just like passing out. Some of them are like fanning each other, and then she turns around and you see this like glint in her eye. Did I say that you could stop? And then all of them get kind of scared and they start going through the motions again.
All right. Well, if we've decided that's what's best, I guess I'll leave you now.
Be careful, and let me
I
know
will.
when you have a moment. You know, your magic. You can send one of those message thingies.
That's true. I can do that now. I will. I will. All right. Goodbye, girls. I'm off to the store for some pipe tobacco. I'll be right back.
They wave. Rebecca kisses you on the cheek, and then as you sign the contract, you feel this surge of knowledge as you now know how to use this magic properly, and then you do it as a portal opens up, and you and Rupert step through. You see on the stage, very, very poorly, like, made prop, like a prop red dragon that's like flying over, and they're like shooting like fire coming out of it, and you see a bunch of different people on the stage dressed in different forms of adventuring clothes. You see one of them with shock white hair and a large overcoat firing a weapon. You see an elf flying through the air, throwing dagger after dagger after dagger. You see what looks like a satyr who's playing on a lute, and you see what looks like these two like streamers that are like blue, look like blue lightning coming out of the satyr's crotch going towards the dragon. You also see Titania, who you recognize, and she steps up onto this perch with a bow drawn, and you see all the lights go down as the spotlight hits her. Everything goes quiet, and then she fires an arrow, and then curtain. The whole crowd, bravo, bravo, as they're all cheering.
Mm.
Rupert turns to you. I've never really been one for the theater. I always find it fake, I guess is the best word to say.
Well, it is. It is.
Yes.
So I guess you're spot on. Again,
Let's
astute.
just find the others, shall we?
All right. I think we'd all be happier.
Yeah, the two of you kind of look off in different directions as this awkward silence just kind of. The awkward silence is louder than the cheering, adoring fans around you. As you go through, you eventually make it backstage. After one of the bodyguards recognizes you. You then make it to the backstage. You guys see Zygon and Rupert as they're coming in. Sirius, you actually see them first because you're outside the room kind of watching the door. What are you guys going to do?
Hey.
The men of few words.
Well, I was waiting for Thea because I would assume she would have some sort of.
So Sirius is the only one that sees them at this point because
Oh,
they're
okay.
not.
I thought they
yeah.
were walking
They're,
into the door.
They're in there.
That's perfect. I'm gonna give him a hug. It's good to see you.
Rupert just kind of
Uh-oh.
pats you on the shoulder. He's been through a lot.
Ah.
Some might say a lot's been through me, and I'll tap myself on the chest.
I feel like
He's
there's a
worse.
story there, but we can tackle that later.
Yeah, sure. There's plenty of time.
Okay.
So Rupert and Zygon enter the room as you guys are all kind of going over the formula again that Linares and Anzu have designed.
Oh, yes, honey. This one right here is incredibly evil, but he's good to us.
Oh,
Jeez.
I thought you were talking about the formula for a sec. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm just gonna
is
be
this
like, which one are you talking about?
Yes,
No, no,
Anzu,
that's a 7.
Anzu, I know that math has not always been your strong suit, but there are two shadowy men here. So I'm just kind of wondering which one you're.
Oh, yes, both of them. But
No banner, no streamers, no balloons.
Am
nothing.
I
people
one of
think of-
those?
think of Zygon, you know, the boogeyman.
Ooh.
Quite scary. Do either of you know anything about arcane magic? Anyone?
I do.
Not the two I already know, dear.
Okay.
The two that just came in. Do either of you know anything about arcane magic?
I know a little.
I know a little. When you define a little, do you mean like her a little, and she points to Meryl, or do you mean like him a little, and she points to Anzu?
I'd say like right in the middle.
In the middle of a little.
That's me.
Okay.
I'm in the middle.
Yes, the bird. Try the bird.
Well, wait. What kind of magic is this? Because I don't.
I've only been awake for 24 hours.
It's
I
called
was dead.
sexual healing.
I was gonna
for a
say,
very
you're
long time.
you're looking a lot better than the last time I saw you.
I haven't seen you before,
Thank
but you look
Oh,
good
she looks great.
for the
doesn't
fact
she? I
that
did
you
a good
have
job.
been dead for 50 years.
Thank you all. It's very flattering. Well, are you the interplanar expert?
Yes.
Okay. Here. And she points to the formula as you begin to kind of
Oh God.
look at it. While Animus is absorbing that, Thea, you see Rupert kind of blink his way through and get to you. Are you okay?
Just give him a big ol' hug.
Well, I guess that means you're okay.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of stops talking and returns the hug back as the two of you kind of share this like nice little moment.
That's cute.
What color is the math done on the wall in?
It's in charcoal, so it's in black.
Okay.
Why the fuck does that matter?
Well, because
He's gonna let him have some flavor. Let him have some flavor.
I'm gonna take like a piece of chalk, and I'm gonna go over to Anzu. I'm gonna give him a piece of chalk. I'm gonna be like, okay, Anzu, I'm gonna need your help here, all right? So I'm gonna
Oh my
walk.
God.
I'm gonna walk up.
Yes.
With circled answer. So on this first formula, does this one connect down to here, or are you pointing that over to this formula across the board?
Yes, over there.
Okay, over here. So I'm going to connect that there, and then when you connect that to there...
Why are you writing in black charcoal? I already wrote in black charcoal.
No, I'm
Why don't
using
you pick
putting
your
in
own
chalk.
color?
No, it's
Oh.
chalk. It's a white chalk. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, my eyes.
No, of course,
you know.
yeah. No.
Bad
Get
at math
old.
and colors.
He's got the glaucoma.
Do you want me to fix that? I can heal your eyes.
That would be nice, darling. Thank you.
Jesus.
Oh, it's good to be back.
I'm gonna use my 7th level spell to regenerate.
Wow.
I'm just
5 dragons appear. Your healer has got already used her spell to heal the glaucoma.
Enzu can now see that this was a huge mistake.
Oh, my poor wife.
Anzu now sees
And he leaves.
the math.
Gets up and leaves.
He looks at the math. He's like, "That's just a bunch of pictures. What the fuck did she do?" Wait, I'm like, so where does this dog drawing fit into the math equation over here with the dragons?
Yes, yes, so that's how the equation works.
I just
Animus, I need you to make a intelligence check with advantage because of your knowledge of interplanar travel.
What kind of Linares, what kind of
That's me suck to you, bitch!
Linares is fine. He gets a little protective.
Okay, a lot of things going on. So first of all, what kind of magical equation is this, like, referring to? Like, what kind of, like, what's the outcome?
To be completely honest, I don't know.
Okay.
I shortly after awakening from being resurrected, I experienced a rush of arcane energy. So much so that it kind of flowed through me. And this is what is left.
Interesting. Okay. You said Arcana check?
Intelligence, just a flat intelligence check with advantage.
Can it be an Arcana check?
Nope, it's an intelligence check.
It's gonna be a 12.
12. So, with the help of Linares and Anzu, and kind of walking you through the arcane natures of this formula, as you're going through it, the mosaic that you saw when you were Marqueus begins to kind of flash in your brain, and you see that some of the designs are similar. And you see the central end to this equation where you see that the planes become one and then get connected to another that is fractured. Looks similar to the door that you saw.
I'm not gonna write or say anything yet about this.
Okay. But you begin to kind of piece things into your brain that if this is correct, if the arcane math has been done correctly and the formulas have been checked, this is a way for the calamity to occur again, but there's an added layer to it that would draw the arcane energy away from the newly formed singular plane and transport it to another.
And
Make an
Linares
Arcana
workers?
check. Make an Arcana check.
22.
You notice two major things in this formula. It mentions ley lines, and then another part of the vision that you had flashes into your mind. And it clicks. The cities that you saw, the reason there was no magic outside of them is because the ley lines of the plane had been bound up, much like a rubber band ball, into these cities. The reason, possibly, that the plane failed is because that these ley lines were put under too much stress, and it caused them to give out.
Okay.
The second thing you notice is a mention of the children of the cursed. As you're kind of examining this, you see that there's this section mentioning the children of the cursed, which describes them as people lacking in everything but a soul. They cannot speak, they cannot think, they cannot plan. They are almost lifeless husks. And the reason that they are needed is because they are imbued with 1,000 souls from each plane that is needed, and then on the day of the zenith they are to be sacrificed and the souls are to be released, connecting that plane with the prime material one to allow for the unification.
Oh no. Oh god, I just put that all together.
Why is he rolling on the floor in a fetal position?
I
Animus,
am
what's
doing that.
wrong?
I am doing that. I'm literally sitting there like kind of like grabbing my head like, oh boy.
Like the room spinning.
Ooh boy.
Thea, do you have the adult diapers?
Shitting on the floor.
No, but I could whip some up real quick.
That might be helpful.
Probably got. Figure it out. Oh, I'll get on it.
I don't know. Can we restart him? Is there like a a lever or something?
Okay, alright.
Yes. That's all right.
Well, nothing's alright. I'm just saying alright because I'm refocusing here.
You see, as the two of you are having this conversation, you see Annie kind of go up to the wall. She begins to read it. And you see the same realization come across her face that came across Animus's. And you see she begins to cry. She looks over at you, Animus. Is this what they did to us?
Oh shit. I'm not sure, but it makes way more sense, and I've seen way too many things in the past. However much time has really passed because we're in so many different planes right now. Okay.
She sits down on the floor as Meryl goes over to comfort her.
Alright, team meeting. Team meeting, everyone.
The team is here.
Yep.
Yes,
Well, I just want everyone to focus up here. We got
Sirius, you come back into the room.
Yep.
Yes. We are all staring at you. Well, I believe Thea's out getting diapers right now.
That's a fair thing, you know.
Walk back in the room with like some cloth and I'm like just fashioning. I'm like, I'm listening. I'm just fashioning.
Okay, you do so.
First of all, is everyone okay after our split from Singorn?
Relatively.
Well, Targarys is a potato at the moment.
Okay.
He's still breathing. He's
It'll
not
be
like
fine.
yeah.
A breathing potato. Sorry.
Is there anything that Anyone else experience that needs to be told ahead of time?
What are we waiting for? Do you want to hear about my hemorrhoids?
No, I was just making sure, like, no one followed you, like...
Linares goes over to you, Thea, and she whispers, "Did Anzu have a lot of issues while I was gone? It seems like he has a lot of ailments."
He's old.
Yes, but he's a gnome, dear. Gnomes don't age the same as others.
The glaucoma!
It's returned!
You just...
Well, when I first met him, he had a bit of a drug problem, so
What kind of
perhaps,
drug problem?
Oh God.
dude.
That's not a drug, dear.
Well, he acted like it was.
So he went through a semi-psychotic break, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure that could have something to do with the hemorrhoids. I don't know.
Well, once all of this is taken care of, I think we can have some of that fixed.
Your wounds for your
Not the hemorrhoids.
I have glaucoma and hemorrhoids.
Ends, man. Ends.
How are we gonna save the world now?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. this episode, man.
I just want to think that it's all of you dealing with deep psychological trauma that you've suffered, and you're just all kind of breaking at different points.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Hello, Burpee.
Okay.
What a pretty dog. It was a good dog.
She's not.
Okay,
She
I'm
being
gonna
such a
remind.
baby.
You were saying Animus.
Alright, is there anyone in this room we can't trust? Like, if I start connecting things here, I just want to make sure that there's no one here that's going to, number one, blow a fuse and go tell people, or number two, is spying on us and going to...
I think we're fine.
Yeah, I did tell my wife that you're incredibly evil, but
Well, I'm working on that. I'm not gonna lie.
You see
It's
Rupert
true.
kind of pipes up. To be completely fair, I am evil by very archaic sort of standards of like what is good, what is evil. If you were to have a chart, but what is evil, right? I mean, like,
Is,
Would you consider yourself more lawful evil, or
well, you know, if I was
evil?
going, first of all, laws are constructs created by a government to keep
Not
people at
lawful
rest. So
evil.
I don't even
Chaotic
want
it
to.
is. Chaotic it is.
it's a
neutral?
hippie. Oh, I'll look at Linares. So that makes 3 of them.
Okay.
Jacob, where's that the satyr with the loot? Where's he at?
He is currently chilling.
Backstage.
Between the 17th and the 18th act.
Oh, God.
Is he like around us?
I mean, if you shut the door, you should be fine.
All right, I just walk over, close the door, come back.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Now, Linares, I'm not 100% sure how you, in a hazy state, were able to write this up.
Neither am I.
So, I teleported myself, Rupert, and Annie to the Shadowfell. I thought, it doesn't matter. Originally, I just wanted to split us up, make sure that they weren't following one of us. I reconnected with the Raven Queen, and she allowed me to come to her castle in the Shadowfell and showed me some truth behind this person that we're dealing with. There's a lot of things that I could go over, but basically she put me into the mindset of what was a young Marqueus in the world he existed in before coming here with his 3 henchmen. And what I saw was a younger version of him and those 3 same henchmen all connected in this world as friends, and this world had pockets of magic in clusters around cities, but then once you exited those cities, there was no magic at all, anywhere. It was like they were all uniform in one area, and it happened throughout the whole world. There were just little clusters. And in this city, there was some sort of ceremony, and there were 5 swords, very similar to the one sword that Marqueus now wields, and each sword had a dragon head. It was basically the one sword split into 5. Now here's one thing you guys are all going to want to hear. Marqueus, as I was standing in his body seeing from his view, had a brother, and that brother was Mathis. Mathis is, from what I can tell and from what the Raven Queen showed me, not from our world. He's from the existence of Marqueus' world, and he was a sword wielder at that time. He had the white dragon sword. From there, it was kind of like I got into their life a little bit, and then all of a sudden I blacked into a new vision of Marqueus holding the white sword years later, and something about a demon continuously whispering in my ear told me that Mathis had been in the way, and that he was, I don't know, what do you say? Oh, and that he made his own choice in whatever matter happened. But then I saw a door in front of me, and that door was a mosaic design exactly matching up with Linares' notes on this wall right now. And if I connect all of those notes, it would create an equation that would be able to create a second calamity, sucking all the magic from our world into another world's existence. Not even another plane, just another existence entirely. And also, the thing that me and Annie very obviously noticed together was that within that, the thing about the world souls, we're all holding thousands of souls inside of us, if I am one of them. And we're able to do that because we are in the embodiment of Kinku, who are a slave race. And realistically, nothing but just a walking henchman. So all of that together, and I don't want to do the math on the wall because I don't want someone to see it, but I could write it down, means that the calamity they're trying to get to, and using all the world souls that they have, is not only going to bring all the planes together into one mass, but also then suck all of the magic from all those planes at once and get rid of all magic in our world, in our existence entirely.
Okay. That's a lot to take.
Yes.
So after Animus finishes, Thea, you feel Rupert's hand grab onto yours and give you just a little light squeeze.
Jacob, can you re-explain the 1,000 soul thing one more time real quick?
So, basically, because Kinku have been cursed to have essentially no personality and no individuality, they can then be used as vessels for the souls of other beings. This has been driven to an extreme where 1,000 souls from multiple planes have been sealed inside these Kinku. Why they showed up on the material plane?
Okay.
Okay. So maybe the game plan, right? First of all, we get rid of the writing so no one stumbles into it. We go back to Singon, save Richter, and then I don't know.
It seems
Interrogate Mathis?
Yeah, see that's one point that I really want to make sure no one glossed over that. Like Mathis is not also from this world, and he was with Marqueus and is also Marqueus's brother from another existence.
But he seems to be helping us.
Yeah, well, I mean, he probably was.
Is he, though?
He was probably betrayed by his brother in another existence, and maybe he has a different thing he wants than what he's telling us now.
Yes.
Like, does he also want the magic to be transported over, or does he just want to defeat his brother so that he can take the sword back, so he can go back to his own existence? Like,
Well, do we go and intimidate the old man, get some answers?
Oh, I hear he does have glaucoma.
not the glaucoma kid.
Everyone
Maybe you
has
can relate to him
glaucoma.
on that.
It's rampant in this world.
How about this? We can get Richter. Then we can instantly turn around and find Mathis. I'm sure we can come up with a team plan on how to deal with him. Whether we trap him or just, I don't know, diplomacy.
I forgot one slightly major point as well. Before I left Marqueus's mind and body, I saw him kill each of his 3 henchmen women, all willingly just being stabbed, before the doors of the mosaic opened and a demonic creature came out. And hold on. He said something along the lines of, "The end is nigh, we must prepare." And then everything vanished. And the altar that he did it at, I assumed was important. If there was another altar in our world that could connect to the other existence. And then also, he killed all 3 of them, and then they're all existing here in this realm. So those are just things, I haven't figured that out, but I just want to let you guys know that's what happened, and that's how they're here, I guess. I don't know if he killed himself afterwards to get here, or what, but...
Jacob, have I ever gotten an undead vibe from any of them?
I'll roll a religion check.
Okay. Ooh, not bad. 18.
18. No, not really.
Hmm.
You haven't gotten one from any of them.
Not even
No.
creepy spooky. What's
No,
her
not
face?
even creepy spooky.
I can't remember what her
The one
name
that
is.
Cirrus had a thing with in the basement?
Yeah.
Hey, don't
Quindella.
remind me.
Quindella.
Thank you. I wanted to call her Griselda, and I was like, that is not her name.
Close.
Close enough.
What's that? Who is Griselda? Is she one of the
Winnie the Butcher.
Cinderella?
There's a rap group called Griselda.
Okay. Thea, why don't we work on getting your father back up?
Can I do a medicine check on him and just see what's going on? Maybe he just needs more sleep, or maybe there's something I can do to wake
Yeah,
him
go
up.
ahead.
Hemorrhoids.
The hemorrhoids wiped him out, man. They can be tough.
I heard they make a cream for that now.
That's fun.
21.
He seems stable, but yeah, bed rest is probably the best thing for him.
I'll look at Anzu and just say, I don't know that we'll be getting him up anytime soon, but he's fine.
Well, we can't just sleep at Singorn, can we?
Can I? No. Navarne's in Singorn, and he's a completely different issue that I don't really want to have us to deal with, considering he's a master.
Navarne?
Yeah, remember? Name on my arm, the guy who's hunting our group right now because the fucking
yes.
warlock wants me to kill, or
Did you meet him?
Yeah. Was that?
How is he?
You didn't kill him.
I couldn't kill him.
Why didn't you kill him? Why not?
Ooh, trust me.
It's like your whole
he's-
thing, man.
I know. He's really
Huh?
powerful. And also,
Very powerful.
the
How do you know that? I met him.
Did you
Seemed a
fuck-
little
You
poopy
met
to me.
him? What is he like? Is he evil? Did he kill a kid?
he's an old man, like
Just a little
stupid old.
poopy.
Like
Or
crazy
even worse,
stupid
can he
old.
like search a dead kid's body?
Like Zygon, look at me in the eyes. He's stupid old.
Does he have glaucoma?
Stupid old. He
Super
might. He
stupid
looks like he
old.
would. He looks like the poster old man for glaucoma.
He looks like
I
if you
was gonna
put
say the
in, if
poster
you put
child,
up
and
an,
then I was like, he's not a
ad.
child.
His glaucoma's gotten so bad that his
Ooh.
eyes have him.
I don't know. I just don't. We have a lot of things that we need to think. I would say one thing we should
Let's
do
do.
is finally try to take down one of those 3 henchmen and get some information from one of them, because that's what the Raven Queen told me would be the next steps. Because she said even gods in our world do not have the vision to be able to see what exactly happened, and she was only able to show me so much. So
He specifically said the usurpers.
was that not? Oh, was that not one of the 3? The three.
You don't know what she meant by usurpers.
I don't. What?
I'm gonna go over to Linares. What do we do with your brother?
Can you explain that, Jacob?
I don't know what to do.
What does the word usurper mean?
Doesn't it mean like someone who like takes over for?
And who would in the context of the Raven Queen, who would she believe are usurpers?
What I would assume are the whatever took over the bodies of the 3 women, but now I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, she is a god, correct?
Yes.
So what could usurp a god?
Another
Demon.
god or a demon.
Another god. And if you'll remember correctly, you have met other gods.
We have the usurpers. Wait.
Crazy.
But you're saying usurper, so the god took over for another god?
They're wanting to.
It's like boo.
Oh. Oh.
I'm just throwing this out there. Do we have to kill the 3? It seems like Marquez is gonna take care of it for us.
Well, it seemed like that was how they got here. Like he like sacrificed them to open up this demon.
Then we just fight the demon. We can take a demon out, right?
Are they trying
It's
to be
simple. We just fight the demon, guys. Come on.
easy.
Is
Why
that-
Come
didn't
on,
I
2
think
options.
of that?
It's stupid.
So it's not as much that they want to bring magic back to their world as much as they're trying to become gods of their world that doesn't have magic, and they're trying to usurp said gods.
I love seeing Caleb's gears
I'm
spin in
I'm
his
asking
brain.
these questions because I want to know what to do before I
The
keep.
DM does not have to answer every question that you present.
Yeah, but you said usurpers, and I'm just wondering what like that would mean. I feel like I was on that page, and now like Animus would be on that page, but Caleb's not quite on that page.
Well, Caleb and Animus need to get on the same page.
Well, that's why I'm asking you this question, Jacob.
Well, I will say this. To a god, especially a god such as the Raven Queen with her history,
Yes.
you have 2 possibilities here.
Yep.
Either one, the one of Marquez and his people, or 2, the other gods that you have met that come from supposedly Marquez's world.
And those are 2 options for who would be usurpers.
Who would be usurpers?
Usurping for the gods. of the other
Usurping the gods of your plane.
world. Ah, the gods of our plane. That's what I was
Yes.
confused by. Cool, thank you. Then why would they want a second calamity in our world to become gods of our world? Unless they're usurping gods of our world to become gods of their world and then destroying our world on their way out. Yes? Yes?
Sure.
Just give me something. Just give me a little something. Give me a little thumbs up or something here.
I'm not going to tell you anything.
Cool. No, Zygon, I don't believe he's going to kill them here. I think that was more just something that happened there as a sacrifice, you know? I think if we kill one of them here, or if we can try to get more in contact with one of the other people from that plane, so Mathis, that one weird god lady we saw whenever we were looking for the village.
Creepy in the shack down
yeah,
by the.
yeah.
Winnow here.
Winnow thank you.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else that we know of that would be from that world that's not Marqueus and the three ladies?
Well, supposedly Mathis.
Yes.
There's
Well, I
a
said
traveler that you bought all those things off of,
Oh,
potentially.
I do have a thing to, but he can't do anything. He just exists as a creature understanding.
There was the pure embodiment of arcane energy that you guys met.
Yeah.
Oh, with
Xenociris. Yeah. There was Winogir's daughter, who was the goddess of winter.
Okay.
What was
Who's
her
the
name?
guy with the fireplace?
What guy?
The one that you
Remember
met
when
when you were plane hopping, and Animus was like, "This dude's so cool."
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
That-
he's from Innistrad.
Not exactly, but yes.
Well, he was when we were in Innistrad.
Yes, when you
we
were
met him
in
in
Innistrad,
that
you met him.
Halloween episode. The Halloween episode.
Halloween episode.
Coming back up to Halloween.
Oh my gosh, yes we are.
Yay.
Wow, I like Halloween. You guys
Ah.
all made it sound horrible.
Glacial, the goddess of winter and the moon.
Okay. Okay. Let's lay this out, all right? I think we have to have this conversation. Number one, what has been our biggest issue in the past few weeks of trying to get shit done?
Dying.
Okay, can I
Getting stabbed in the chest with the dragon sword.
Okay, and
Oh, that was a big one.
Cirrus, who's doing that to us?
That's a good question.
Who did we just talk about? That
Marqueus.
and
Arceus, yep.
and the three ladies,
The bitches.
including one of them who
I
put you
have
in a
locked
torture
that-
sex chamber.
I have locked that in my brain, and it will never come back out.
All right.
Meaning he won't be able to say it again because it's so deep locked in there.
If we want to get anything done, we're gonna have to take at least one of them out and get some information. I think just continuously running around this world and this existence, they're gonna find us again, they're gonna split us up again, and it's gonna take even more time, and we're coming closer and closer to the date of the Zenith.
What we need to do is act right now.
Right, when they least expect it.
is not doing anything at the moment because he's, passed out. So if someone could do something about that.
Well, we can't wake him up right now because Thea's tried. I'm not going to say that I can do it. It's something that Thea can't. I am going to say maybe we act as soon as possible. Try to get one of them, catch him off guard because we've never hunted them down before. They've only ever hunted us.
Is one of
down.
them a healer?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Zagon.
Let's take the healer out.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. Well, we only have about 2 more days in Titania's lounge before she kicks us out, and you won't want to be
Time's
here when she does.
relative here, though, right?
Yeah, we.
2 days in our time. She was benevolent enough to do that for me.
So about 8 of the 20 whatever acts are in this play.
Yes, unfortunately.
How
So,
many acts have you been through while you've been sitting here, Anzu?
what has it been? Maybe 2.
They are currently on Act 25.
You got here at 8.
Yeah.
It's been a good show so far. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
All right. Cool. Okay.
Well, wait. So, are we gonna take the healer out, or are we gonna go and try and talk to Mathis?
I think
Let's
those
get
are.
the healer out.
Well, I would, remember how I have a son? That's,
Anzu, I know you want to help Richter, but I think having Richter isn't going to help us as much as talking to either Mathis or taking out one of the girls and then going
Also-
after Richter.
Linares pipes up. I know I'm not part of this ragtag group, but he's also my son. And I'm sure all of you know by this point that he is a silver dragon. I believe
Yeah.
a silver dragon could fix a lot of the issues you have, like slaying or capturing a woman.
Our current issue that they may not have told you is that he's not exactly on our side right now. He's working.
What I'm saying.
Yeah.
You tried to intimidate me.
Yeah, he's
That's the whole
working
thing.
with. or
Well,
for
that's
the
just because he
enemy.
hasn't seen his mother in some time, and dragons can
Ooh.
sometimes get a little temperamental. Trust me, once he sees me and knows that I'm back, he'll be fine.
I just want to make sure we're not making a mistake here and going back to Singorn where we just had this fight with
Well-
all of them.
Animus, how long do we have until the zenith?
Hey Jacob, how long do we have until the Zenith?
About 2 months.
Yeah, that's what it says. That's what
Okay.
exactly what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, that's those.
2 months, give or take. Mostly take.
So, would it be better to have a powerful dragon on the team, or to know some information that may or may not be relevant?
It's from the
How
same
about
plane.
this? How about this? How about this? I like where your guys' head is. We don't go to Mathis first. We go back to Singorn. If by chance we see one of the three ladies out, or maybe one of them's following us, we 100% focus on our energy on her at that moment and try to take her out, take her captive. But if none of them get in our way, we're going after your son. If they're gonna attack us anyway, or if one of them's following us anyway, we're gonna have to take care of them so they don't tell the others where we are, right?
Linares! He hasn't exactly fought Richter before, so he's not.
Have any of them? Have you told
No.
them how you got the large gash across your chest?
I'm not
No.
denying that Richter's
None of
gonna
them have
be
fought him yet.
helpful. I'm just saying he was under a spell as of what we can see, or helping them in some way because of something.
Well, then, of course, 2 master wizards, such as ourselves, could most likely fix that.
Yes. That's why I just said we go after Richter.
Good, I'm glad we're in agreement.
But if one of the ladies shows up, we go after her when she's on us.
I just heard the first part, dear. We're going to save my son. Okay.
Oh, parrots. Oh.
Do you need a spell book?
That is, yes. Do you still have mine?
What spell?
Anzu, where is it?
Where's?
Hmm.
Wasn't it buried?
We haven't completely decided on where this is. No, it's Anzu's old one that he lost in his 50-year.
I mean, if it's her
escapade.
spell book, I probably would have buried it with her.
It wasn't in her tomb. It wasn't in her tomb.
If you lost a spell book before,
Um,
though, didn't you replace it with Linares's, or was it vice versa? You were using Linares's up until you lost it, and then you became.
I
a
mean,
level 1
I
wizard
have an
again.
extra that I could give to her.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be in her school of magic.
Right. Well, I don't. Would she be able to use all of the spells?
Yeah, she would.
Yeah. She wouldn't be
But
familiar with them. There
she
is
wouldn't
one.
be
I have
familiar.
one of her spells.
Would it not be at
But
the
you
college?
two-
That one spell requires you to kill yourself.
Would it not be in the
Yeah.
vault at the college? Where
But
everything
you
else
two,
is?
you two are so closely connected that your notes are very, very similar. So it probably would not take a terribly long time for her to figure out your formulas and things.
Okay. I'll give her my spare with Anzu's avatar.
Okay. She begins
And-
flipping through it. She shuts it. All right, I'm up to speed.
There you go. Now we have 2 Anzus.
No, we have me and him. I have to fix some of his notes, but other than that, it's pretty good.
There we go.
Anzu, how mad would Titania be if we burnt part of her room here down?
How about this? I'll start mending.
Okay, so you see the formulation that Linares drew is beginning to fade away as everything's kind of being put back together with a mixture of prestidigitation and mending.
Cool. It's all up here now. It's all up here.
So Rupert kind of comes forward. I don't think I'd be much help against a dragon, but I am very good at tailing people and figuring out information. If you would like, I could travel back to Amon and keep eyes on Mathis.
Yes, it would be help if you could coordinate the guild too. I think right now.
I could deliver a message to them if you wish. I do own the place after all.
Oh, you sneaky shit.
Or, just so we all have this as an idea, what if Rupert went to Singworn and he followed the followers? We have multiple people following our group there. Navarne, the 3 girls, Marquez. And they'll be looking for us if they know our
I
presence.
just find it
is there.
interesting, Animus, that you're so fearful of a what sounds like very old man.
You guys are really downplaying old men right now, and I can't. This is ageist. I just feel like you're.
I know Anzu's strong. Look at him.
Just
Spry as a
scared
fiddle.
of
The
me.
glaucoma
He's
barely
so
stops
old,
him.
he's got glaucoma, and you're telling me that he is not a force to be reckoned with?
Oh no, I am saying.
Yes, Navarne.
Especially when he does the spooky hands.
Navarne, an older man who has so much experience in traveling through planes, which he still does, apparently.
Anyway, I suppose we should all go now. Yes?
Together.
Well- Do we quite know what the plan is? I still need to know. Am I going to Amon or am I going to Singorn?
You will be going to Amon. Coordinate the guild. Let them help you with whatever you need help with. From now on, they will not be doing quests. They will be strictly helping us with this project. And I will give him a bag of 50 gold, and I will say that is their salary for the next 2 months.
Don't they have a bunch of gold? They have a ton of gold.
50 gold?
Oh yeah, they have a shit ton of
All
gold.
of
Never
your
mind, they don't
gold
need
that
my
is
gold. Just tell them to
cycling.
use whatever, because we have like what, like 1 million gold or something.
Yeah, you guys are currently laundering a bunch of money.
I don't know if it's
Um,
laundering.
Well, it's
Yeah.
actually just kind of sitting there. You're not quite laundering
God,
it.
means I gotta need to go
Ooh,
back to
actually-
Whitestone to
I
get all
know
of our
what I
money
need.
from the mine and stuff.
Real
as
Vesper.
well. Yeah.
Does anybody remember that wee shit? The wee kitty, Oscar's brother?
Frederick.
Yes, Frederick. Does anybody have his card? I have a plan.
The Rupert kind of
Um,
checks his pockets.
What's
And there
this?
just looks at you.
Nobody
We
has
could just
his
go to
card?
Whitestone.
I'll
right?
check Rupert's pockets.
Oh,
That's not.
Okay.
I don't know. That is not a
Think about that
card.
whole-
Tell,
Just severed hands.
Yeah.
if you could tell one of the guild members to go to Whitestone, meet Frederick, and ask for as many pot of awakenings as he has.
Curious. Yes, Anzu, I can do that.
Preferably, maybe 1,500. I don't know.
That's going to
As
be quite a lot
many
of
as you
coin.
can get. Yes.
What?
Are you authorizing this with the guild?
Yes, sir.
I need written confirmation, Anzu.
Okay.
Don't you
I'll
own
write a
the
piece of
guild?
paper that says you will only spend up to the amount of 10,000 gold on as many pot of awakenings as you can get with seeds, with bush seeds.
Okay.
And then discreetly plant them in mass at the watermelon farm. Whether you like plant them under there or plant them. Actually, no. See if Frederick will let you plant them in the fucking thing, because no one knows where that is.
You know, we only have 2 months, right? Like, for them to grow, and then you to
They grow in 30 days.
yeah. So we'll have 1 month when they all grow.
And then tell Sebastian to buy a bunch of daggers.
Oh, what is happening right now?
Anzu, the way that your mind works always fascinates me.
Oh,
Can you
It's-
go over the plan, please?
I don't want to go over the plan
I
because
think
it sounds
the less
very
that
stupid.
the less that we know, the better in this case.
The plan might be very stupid, but for now, let's go with it, okay?
This is
Linares, you
coming out
see,
of
kind
his
of
share
gets
of the
this.
gold, right?
Yeah.
Linares gets this grin on her face. Anzu, you always were the creative one. I say we see how this works out. I mean, it's his money anyway, right?
Yes.
I guess it's our money now that I'm alive again. Perhaps we should reconsider this.
It's also Rupert's money because he owns the guild.
That is true.
Great.
And it's
10,000
also Thea's
gold.
money because she's the inheritor of the guild.
Me, Sirius, and Zygon are hands free on this one. You know,
I just work here.
he just works here.
Iris is just like one rung above Garnash and Soph. Like he's just one above it.
He's part of the adventuring group, but he's not left at the guild hall to just do the random odd jobs.
Well, if there's no other business, I can return to Amon immediately. Do you still want me to keep an eye on Mathis?
Yes.
Yes.
Send someone. Maybe also don't tell the whole guild about this situation. I don't know if that's very smart, right?
Mm.
Just the
I-
just the higher up
I'll just tell-
Garnash
I'll just tell Garnash and
and
Soph.
Soph. Yeah. The lesser
They're
members
trustworthy.
don't need their lives at harm.
Trust
by-
me, I know a lot about them.
Thanks for
All right.
reminding us.
It was my job,
I know.
Animus. That's all it was.
I know. It's behind
All right.
us. It's behind us.
I'm not the one bringing it up, but okay.
You're the one who said you knew a lot about it. It's behind us. It's behind us.
He goes to leave, and he looks back at you, Thea, almost with this like a follow me sort of look.
Ooh.
I'll walk on over.
So the two of you exit. He takes you off into a private area. I'm glad you're okay. I was worried. Immensely worried. Also,
You-
it
You
kind
were
of,
worried about me.
yes, nervously worried.
You
Yes.
You almost burst into flames.
Well, I mean, vampires do that if they walk into the sun for too long. It's not that big of a deal, I swear.
I'm behind Rupert, looking at Thea.
Is there someone behind me? Is
No,
it Animus?
It's fine.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, yes, I just wanted to let you know that I was worried, and I'm glad you're okay.
Glad you're okay.
I am too.
Please be careful.
I make no promises, but I will try.
I don't like that.
Thea, this is a dangerous time.
Do you have any information or updates? Let me know.
I will. All right, I'm going to go. Be safe. And he starts to leave. And he stops for a second. And then he turns back around and kisses you.
There it is.
There it is.
And
There
then
it is.
he pulls back quickly, blushing. He says, I really need to go. And then he goes off. You see a portal open up. Almost like it's ripping like the fabric of reality apart. And then he walks through. And that will be where we take tonight's break.
Ooh. Nice.
We're back.
All right. So, Rupert has just left Thea. Um, are you stunned? Like, how do you feel?
It's got like a little smirk on my face, like just because like he wouldn't do it for so long, and I think that's funny.
Cute.
Okay. All right. Thea returns back into the room. You're all back in the room together.
Gross.
You're gross.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do we need to rest? Just to head to, like, I just wanna.
Yes.
I need to rest. I don't have any magical, like, powerful spells right now.
Okay. Well,
I could
this
go for a
is
rest.
probably the best place to sleep before we go.
I just want to also say we could have Titania send us back to a very similar moment in time when we had left.
Animus,
them off
I know
guard.
you've never been married to a woman. Titania will rip your head off if you bother her play. I'm telling you now, you can. If you want to ask her, you can go ask her.
I might.
But I'm telling you, you will not walk back.
To
After
be
I s-
completely clear about what Anzu's saying, Titania is lovely. We traveled with her for many, many years. But now that she's in a more higher place of authority, she feels as though the matters of the material plane are less important to her.
Of course.
But she is indeed an archfey, so she would be one of the only beings that could help with the temporal oscillation that occurs when
You could ask her, you know, you two besties forever, right? I remember
Anzu, if you
guys
remember,
used to do...
Anzu,
Woo!
Anzu, if you will remember actually correctly, she tried to steal you from me,
Oh.
and that's why she's here now. So
Anzu did
I would-
not tell the story that way.
I would suggest that since he loves you so much, that you should ask.
Oh.
And I'll be right behind you.
And you can be right next to me as my lovely wife.
Speaking of old friends, not to bring up a sore subject, Linares, was it not a battle that you stepped in on that was what got you killed in the first place?
I believe so, yes.
Have you been caught up on the other wizard
No.
that was your...
To be completely honest, I did this formula, and then Anzu did it, and then a few moments later you showed up, and I saved my brother from dying of a terrible, terrible disease, and was very impressed with my niece.
He
and
may
then
or
you
may
arrived.
not be enslaving the Shadowfell to create dark magic, and that has something to do with
Ooh.
how this was all created.
Oh?
Remember your old friend? You had the four of you: Titania, Linares, you, and then
Oh, well, yes, he's still very much alive, apparently.
that we know of. He
No, Titania told me he's very much alive.
and we believe he may be the one in the Shadowfell who's been pulling the strings and possibly helped create the world souls. So me, Annie, and the other Kinku, who are full of all this dark power
Yeah.
and stuff.
Supposed to talk to Titania about that. She didn't really say much. I mean, for all I know, he could be hidden in some woods.
Well, let's hope if he's hidden in woods, he's 6 foot under.
Also, if we did talk to Titania about sending us back to a certain time, realistically, we know Richter is possibly being held in the mountains, or that's where like some sort of base is where they were, and we did see him in the
Base
city.
too.
We saw him in the city, yeah, but we also know in the mountains is where like kind of they have a base camp. So what if like, and he wasn't at that battle with us just now, or I guess a few hours ago, or however much time has passed. If we were sent back at the same time, we know where they are. They're at your, unfortunately, family's manor. but we could get ahead of them and get back to their base, knowing that that's where they are. They wouldn't expect us to make this jump straight to where they were holding Richter in the first place. Just an idea.
Quite how it works.
Well, Titania can send us back to a certain time because she's an archfey. So she sends us back to a time right when that all happened.
It's not an exact time, though. She can get us into a window. The Feywild does not like being manipulated, even by the Archfey.
I'm just giving
Shall
an
we
idea.
get a power nap?
Yes.
I'll look at Linares. You want to cuddle? Well,
I walk out the door.
Anzu. You think with the smaller brain than you do the large one sometimes.
oh, and I love being the smaller spoon too.
On that note, I also walk out the door.
Let's see here.
Sirius, you want to play some cards before we go to sleep?
Yes.
I'm gonna find a spot kind of over by we're in the Feywild, so I'd assume just trees everywhere. But over on the side away from like the giant stage where I'm gonna set up some cards.
Okay.
Oh my god, Birdie.
Do 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 do. Just checking something really quick. Let's see here. Okay.
Do you have any sevens?
Go fish.
I love that that's the game that you guys default to every time.
Do you have any threes?
Here you go.
Sweet.
All right, so as the two of you are playing cards, Linares comes over to you. Gentlemen, as lovely as it is for you to play cards, I've been doing a few modifications to Anzu's spellbook off of the memory I have. Perhaps you would prefer to play in a less busy environment.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I've created a place that we can go.
Ah.
So, you see this like shimmering doorway that's like jutted up against a wall, but it's like kind of partially, it's like ethereal.
To the ethereal plane.
It is not the ethereal plane.
Oh, imagine.
That'd be funny though.
I'm gonna say I also have the vacation.
Vacation.
My
all
God.
ever
Oh
wanted.
god, we still have the vacation rod. We have to end.
Vacation.
This campaign
had to
has to
get
end
away.
with us going into the vacation rod.
Oh wait, are those kids still around?
Yeah, they're still children.
I want to go get my stone back.
Okay, you see Meryl, Targaryen Jr., and Annie all kind of sitting, kind of nodding off a little bit around Targaryen's sleeping self.
Oh shit.
Children.
Meryl looks up at you. Hi, Mr. Zygon.
You guys happen to know where that little magic rock I gave you might have wandered off to?
I don't have it. And then Targaryen Jr. And you see fishes around in his pocket. Here it is.
That's the one.
So
I'm
sticky.
gonna need that one back.
Okay. And he hands it back to you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I
You guys
really
doing
liked
all right?
that. I wanted to keep that.
I know. Well, maybe when I'm done with it, it might find its way to you.
Annie's kind of quiet, and Meryl looks up at you. It's just a lot, you know.
It is a lot.
Yeah, it was really scary.
Yeah. It's alright to be scared. Scary things happen.
Yeah, I guess. You see the three of them kind of quiet down, thinking about what's going on. Linares comes into the room. He gets down on their level. All right, kids. Someone may or may not have put an ice cream shop inside there. And they all kind of perk up. And it may or may not be free. And you see all of them kind of, and then they run into the doorway.
I just imagine Anzu runs after them. Ice cream!
He was always a fan of his ice cream. Zagon, would you help me carry my brother to his room while we're inside?
How big is Targaryen?
He's around your height, but he's kind of thin because he's an elf, and they're kind of like Legolas-y,
Does Linares strike me as a strong woman?
She's a wizard, so what do you think?
No.
I'll kind of swoop in and be like, it's fine.
Oh, are you sure? I mean, I was
Oh
going.
no, I meant you help me. No, I meant you help me. She doesn't.
No. All right, thank you guys.
No.
All
All
right.
right, he'll help. He'll help.
So the two of you help carry Targaryen into a room. So as you enter, you see the main room to this is a kind of a nice little like living room with a balcony that goes out and it overlooks a really nice beach. You can see there's a staircase that goes up, and then there's two doors to the side. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to go up the stairs.
Really, we're going up the stairs. All right.
What, is it too much for you?
No, never. Never.
Zygon, make a strength check for me, please.
Not his strong suit. Unintended.
Drops his head on the stairs.
He dies. $1 million babies himself.
Spoiler.
Oh man.
It's been a minute. I'm gonna use a lucky. If we're about to go to sleep, why not, right?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
All right, it's a dirty 20. There we go. Much better.
Okay. So you guys get up to the stairs and you get into his room. It's a pretty plain room with a nice bed, nothing too fancy. It looks like, since this is one of the first times that Linares has cast this spell in a while, it seems like the mansion has not been completely modified to match her specifications. Animus and
There's
Cirrus.
something I'd drop about it.
Did we go in?
Yeah.
Did you go in?
Do you guys want to?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So you guys go in, Linares greets you. So, if you do enjoy playing cards, if you go to the right here, there should be a little bit of a parlor in there, just for you two, if you want to have some fun before bed.
Yes. Wait, don't say it like that, but yes.
Sounds good.
I did not. I don't want to assume anything. I didn't mean in that way. It's more like a gambling thing. But you won't lose any
No,
money.
it's quite all right. They're a very handsome couple. It's okay.
I smile at Animus.
Just a Kinku and a Tiefling. Just the perfect couple.
He has a Kenku kink.
Tale as old as time.
Tales. It's your classic Cinderella tale.
Oh man, more like Beauty and the Beast.
But they're both
Which one's
beasts.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Anzu, you're the last one to enter. You recognize this place. This is the villa that you guys stayed at on your honeymoon,
Ooh.
which was long time ago. she comes over to you. I guess I was feeling a bit nostalgic.
Oh, yeah? Ho, ho, ho.
Not that nostalgic, Anzu.
Oh,
I know it's
Oh.
been a while, but
Been a while.
it
Sorry.
is nice being here
Sorry.
again. And I'm glad you got to meet my friends.
I'm glad too. I'm glad that you have
Kind of friends.
someone.
maybe. Yeah.
They're your friends, Anzu.
Well, and Thea, last time you saw her, she was this big.
That's
I was
not
the
true,
same size.
but she was not proficient in the healing arts.
And she was this big.
You were this
Anzu.
big, Abby. I'm sorry.
Anzu, if I might ask,
Glaucoma again.
and she kind of looks around to see if anyone else is around. Anzu, why did you do it?
Do what?
Why did you bring me back?
I really needed your help.
Anzu, something is. I don't know how to say this. I was happy where I was, and I knew that eventually you would be there one day. But now that I am back, I'm worried. For if this plan succeeds that these people are coming up with, then the place where I was will no longer exist either. And I don't know what happens to us if that comes to pass. Anzu, in order for a soul to be returned, it has to want to. And you see tears begin to form in her eyes. But I didn't want to. I was forced here by something I do not understand. And after I woke up and I lost control of myself, I don't know what is wrong with me. Anzu, I worry. I worry that I wasn't the only one that came back. I feel like someone's here with us right now. And I don't know where, but I feel it. Anzu, I want to be very clear. I did not want this. I did not want to return. I knew you were safe, and I knew you could handle yourself. But something else wanted to return. And they used me to do so.
But do you think that thing was with you?
I think it is. I don't know what it is, though.
Tomorrow morning we might have to maybe look a little deeper into it. See if it's okay. Maybe you're just, a little bit fogged right now.
Anzu, I don't know what I wrote on that wall. I don't know. That was beyond me. I worry that the reason we now know this information is so that it comes to pass. But I guess you're right. There's not a lot we can do now. She wipes the tears from her eyes. All right, would you like to go get some ice cream? Okay. You reach your hand up. She reaches her hand down. It's kind of like a mom walking with her kid, look-wise.
I know you didn't want to come back, but maybe enjoy it while you are here.
Anzu, where I was, there was no worry. There was no want, no suffering.
That sounds amazing.
It was. And I was content.
Oh, I probably need to tell you this now. There's a very big likelihood I will never be joining you there. I may have made a deal to, improve circumstances. I may have died. And I made a little deal to come back, help fight the good fight. So if I'm being honest, this might be it.
You see this, like, look of hurt kind of wash over her face. And then, no more than an instant later, this look of content. Well, Anzu, if that is true, then we should get our son back, and then we should consider what to do next.
Well, I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to spank him.
That
It's
only
been
worked
very
when he was a hatchling, Anzu. It won't
Oh
work
no, it
now.
still works. I still do it to this day.
Anzu, he's too old for that.
No.
Fine. The two of you enter the ice cream parlor. What are you guys gonna do before you go to bed?
You got any fours?
You guys are in a gambling hall and you're still playing Go Fish?
What's wrong with you? Go fish, Jacob. Fine. Set it up for
No,
some
you can-
fucking blackjack.
You can play Go Fish all you want.
No, Jacob, have us play some blackjack. Let's do this.
You guys don't actually want to play blackjack right now, do you?
All right, Sirius. How much money do you want to put on the first blackjack deal?
Fine. You know what? Give me a second.
Uh-oh.
Actually
Here's
making
this.
him do this?
Business.
Listen, if he's gonna make fun of Go Fish, a staple in this group,
Of course. Yeah. How
I'm
dare
gonna,
you?
I'm gonna switch over.
I like Egyptian rat screw. I think that's my game.
Oh, that was a good one.
Slaps, man. Literally.
Yeah.
Alright.
Zygon's just gonna go to bed.
Okay.
while
Get the
while you're
jokers out
doing
of
that, Jacob.
Uh-huh.
So Sirius, so like, where's your village in comparison to where we are? Do you even know?
I think it's like up the road a little ways,
Okay.
and then once you pass the 318th tree, I believe, hang a left, and then go that way a few trees, hang a right, and you're pretty close.
Do most people come down here to watch Titania's plays, or like, do you guys keep to yourself, or like what?
No, there's a few of us that enjoy the extravagance of this area, but most of us kind of keep to our little
Yeah.
little village there.
It's a lot. It's a long play. I don't know how you'd stay awake for that long. No offense to her, because I don't want to upset a god who may help us in the morning, but you know.
No, she's just an archfey. It's fine.
You're right.
All right, the deck has been shuffled.
Let's do this.
Okay. So, the dealer deals out. Oh my gosh, these are insane hands. So, okay. Well, Cirrus got blackjack.
Yahtzee!
How much money did you say?
It's like 5 silver. But you guys don't make any money. This isn't a real gambling hall.
No, I'm giving him money.
Oh,
He
okay.
wins the hand, and then if I win the hand, he gives me money. I thought.
Oh, okay. You guys are gambling against each other.
Yeah.
Well, Cirrus got blackjack.
Party.
Okay.
I win. Yahtzee.
What do you want our
Yahtzee.
base money here to be?
5
It's up to you
silver.
guys.
You want to go 5 silver? All right. You've got 5
All
silver.
right.
I'm just gonna write this down on a card so I'm not erasing and rewriting everything on my fucking.
Okay. Let's see here. How do we do this properly? Okay.
-5.
Okay.
So also serious, you know, like going into the next few months, you can stay in the Feywild if you want. Like, you don't have to stick around just because you've been part of this group now.
I have things I need to deal with. So I will probably be traveling with you guys for a minute.
Okay. I just want to make sure, like, you can always leave if it's getting too rocky. If you want to spend time with your village before things go south, you know.
I mean, do you want to kick me out of the clan? Is that what this is?
No. I'm making sure everyone knows what's going on, and since you've been with us the least amount of time, I just didn't quite know how much, like, you knew what you were getting into when you joined up with us, but I mean, we're definitely going to help you out with that giant mutant animal situation, so don't worry.
All right. The dealer has dealt out 2 new hands. Please check your discords.
Oh boy.
Oh, Jacob, I can't.
Okay.
If I
Animus, you have the call here.
I can't check my Discord because it would split the stream.
Oh.
Ah.
Well,
Use your
gosh
phone.
dang it. Hang on. Yeah, you can use your phone. You have Discord on your phone, right?
It's not set up right now. I'm running the Twitch.
Oh, I see. I see.
Just tell me what it is out loud, Jacob, and then I'll let Zach. Wait, let Zach call first. Let Zach call first.
Okay.
I will check.
Okay. Animus, you have an 18.
Now it's just reading Zach to see if I should call or check. Call. Give me a 2, Jacob.
No, that
7,
works.
bust.
Son of a bitch.
Yahtzee!
5. There's another 5.
Cirrus had a 19.
Oh, okay. Well, I had to call either way, so.
Yeah.
18 was always going to be too low.
All right. We'll do one more hand just because this is funny to me.
Yep.
We'll do one more hand and then we will move on with the night's proceedings.
Serious, so not to put this on the list of things to do, but would helping you out with this mutant creature thing, would you want that to be like before the possible end of the world, or would you like, is it okay to wait for after? Like, how time sensitive is it?
I mean, I'm cool with saving the world first.
But
Because
like,
if we fail at that, then it doesn't matter.
at the same time though, like, does your village have time to wait? Because, like, what if we save the world, but then your village has already been destroyed?
Okay.
You know? I just don't know how in danger they are right now.
Let's save the world.
Okay. It's our last hand, Jacob.
Yep. So, the dealer deals them out. Animus, you have a 14.
Call.
Okay. Animus, you have a 23. Okay, Sirius, do you want to just play the hand for funsies?
Are we playing dealer rules where I have to have a 17?
So, Animus is currently at a 23, so yeah, we'll say you have to have a 17.
Okay, what am I at?
You're at 13.
Hit me.
15.
Hit me.
28.
Oh.
No, 22. 22. My bad.
Oh. No money either way there.
Oh my. Alright, well that was fun.
You get 10 silver total.
I will try and perfect that so you guys can actually play blackjack on when we play.
I also just wanted something to do while I had a conversation with him, so.
That is a very fair point.
Alright, I'm gonna go hit the sticks.
Same.
Good night.
Good night.
Alright.
I'm gonna fall asleep reading some... Ooh. Jacob, I'm going to rewrite those notes down.
Okay.
From the vision. But I am going to put them in my notebook and just have them there. And rewrite Linares' algorithm that she wrote. So
I'm going to go find a couch in the living room.
I fall
You
asleep
find a nice couch. There's a library in there, Animus, if you would like to go into the library.
Yeah, I'll go in there and probably just read up on some...
Okay.
How extensive is Linares' library?
It's all the knowledge that she knows. So it's pretty big. I would say it's not the biggest library, but it's okay. It's like, I would say probably like bookshelves that are like 10 feet tall.
I want to get some notes on her planar travel while I'm in here.
Okay.
On like what her knowledge of planar travel would be.
Okay, it's a lot of journals about her and Anzu's expeditions when they were younger.
God, I can't wait to read those.
Does it get steamy?
Oh, there's a lot of smut in there.
Oh, I'm spending at least the next 2 hours, Jacob. Hit me with some fun stuff here.
Hitting the books.
Give me a gloss over on some of the things I'm reading.
So there's one really interesting story about how there was a village that was being terrorized by a Cyclops. And the Cyclops couldn't see super well, right? So Anzu came up with the idea that he should dress as a beautiful woman to distract the Cyclops while the other three went in. Linares, thinking, we already have 2 beautiful women on the team, why do we need Anzu to do it? But was inevitably convinced by Anzu.
While I'm reading this, I'm just thinking, he's just going to look like a little girl if the Cyclops can't see very well.
Does Cyclops have glaucoma?
No, the Cyclops was monocular, so...
I know what a Cyclops is.
Yeah. Well, no, I was just trying to use a word. Anyway. There's another story of Anzu getting frozen by an ice dragon, and Linares having to use burning hands to thaw him. That story is pretty long.
Not because I, as Animus, want to know this, but am I hitting like moments of smut as Hunter's just said? Because I am reading the whole journal, so I just want to make
an investigation check. Five. No, this is more of like an adventuring log. There's not really any smut in this.
Good, that's good. Different section of the library. I don't want that.
Yeah. You get the feeling that the smut library might be on a different floor.
Alright, I'll fall asleep in some adventure that they're doing together.
You dream of Anzu with a very cheap wig and a very cheap dress on, dancing the hula.
And I'm the Cyclops.
Yes, and you are the Cyclops. Yeah. Thea, your family all get a large room together, minus Linares and Anzu. The kids go down to sleep pretty easy.
Yeah.
You stay up for a little while watching them. Then eventually, as you're about to drift off, your father kind of stirs a little in his bed.
imagine I'm like sitting next to him.
Yeah, in like a chair.
Yeah.
He looks over to you. Well, that was not a pleasant experience, let me tell you.
It's very scary.
You see, he's trying to prop himself up so that he's sitting.
I'll help him a little bit.
Okay, you help him. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry that I treated you so poorly when you were younger. I
Mm.
should have seen your rebelliousness as a warning sign for my inadequacy. And I should have cherished your free spirit.
You're
Coming
right.
close to death makes you think about these things.
Yeah. But I think we've gotten past that now.
I hope so. I know this may seem random. What do you know about your mother?
Clay learned that the reason she died was to save you.
It's true. I was a stupid fool. And your mother was one of the most brave people I've ever met in my life.
The thing I don't understand is if you knew, why did you let her go through that alone?
Fear. Shame. Thea, I'm not a good person. And I made mistakes. I know I did. And my biggest mistake was leaving your mother while she lay dying and suffering due to me. But I didn't want her to see someone so weak every day while she was putting on a brave face. I can never forgive myself for what I did. I can never take back what I did.
That's your weight to bear, not mine. And I'm not going to make you feel worse about it, but just count yourself lucky that you didn't have to see her gaunt, dying face over and over again in your dreams.
I'm so sorry. There's nothing I can do or say that will make that better. But I can try and do better now. I can try and be there now.
You have been. And I appreciate it.
Well, Thea, whatever you need, I'm here to help. Also, where are we? Just quick question.
You might have missed a few things. Did you happen, what do you know about your sister?
That she's been gone for quite some time.
Funny thing about that.
Huh. So, smash cut. Anzu. you and Linares are kind of settling in after going through the revelation that you did. But as you're about to go down to sleep, the door bursts open as Targaris comes walking in. Do you mean to tell me that you were going to bring my sister back to life and you didn't think, oh, well, maybe we should talk to her brother about it. Oh, maybe the one who paid for the funeral should know. Oh, maybe the one who lived with her his entire life should know. Didn't think to do that, huh, Anzu? Huh?
You're a bit of a breathing potato at the moment.
I don't want to hear excuses about whether or not I was a potato. I'm pretty not much a spud now, am I, Anzu?
Now you're talking potato.
You're about to be a mashed potato. And that will be where we end tonight's session.
Yes.
Fantastic.
We ended on mashed potato. I never thought.
Mashed potatoes. Well, that was really fun.
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
Thanks for watching our campaign, guys.
Mashed potatoes.
Potatoes.
Mashed potatoes, everybody.
Mashed
Well,
potatoes, glaucoma, hemorrhoids, we got it all.
We got them. We hit the triple.
The trifecta.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening to us do our crazy fantasy about getting glaucoma and hemorrhoids.
What do you mean fantasy?
Exactly.
This is a fantasy.
Well, we hope to see you again next week. Have a good night. Have a good week.